Hello everyone and welcome to Stampin' Among the Gum Trees. It is a cold and windy and wet afternoon here. And this is pre-recorded, but it will be posted on the 4th of July 2026. So if you're watching on the replay, that's when it was recorded, uploaded, 4th of July 2026, which means that it is our day 4 of our Christmas in July Craftalong. We are using the gorgeous Stitched Season Suite this month. The DSP, we're going to use it all, the DSP, the ribbon, the stamps, the dies, the buttons, everything we are using. This is brand new. It was released on the 1st of July and you can get everything in this suite for just $151. And I have to say, I was surprised because I thought it was going to be more, but $151. Now, of course, if you're a savvy shopper and you want to save 20%, you can join Stampin' Up as a demonstrator and you will automatically save a minimum of 20% on your orders. And there's no obligation to do YouTube videos or hold classes or even sell product to anyone else. You can be your own best customer. I was for a very long time.
Sure.
So to get started today, we are going to work on a cute little box because, you know, boxes and bags and fun things are what I love to make. We're going to create this very cute little treat box. It's perfect to make ahead for Christmas because it's small, it's practical, it's very giveable, and it can make even the simplest little treat into something that's really thoughtful and handmade. And of course, if you're taking part in our handmade Christmas challenge, this will be right up your alley. We make the box base from cardstock and we reinforce it. I'll show you how to do that. And then it's decorated with a panel of designer series paper and some sentiments and a little bit of ribbon. I put one of the, I fussy cut one of the Christmas trees from the designer series paper, and then I die cut some berries from the little berries. Where are they? Those little berries right there. I die cut some of those and use those as the baubles, and the little star is from my bag of crafty goodies. So we'll make one of these, and I'm going to show you how to do a Christmas one, and then I'll very quickly show you how we can turn this beautiful designer series paper into paper that we can use all year round. It doesn't have to be just for Christmas. Okay, let's get started. It's super simple. We'll be over and done in no time because all we need pretty much is cardstock for the base, designer series paper for the wrap. I have a bit of gold foil here that came out of my scrap bag for the sentiment. The ribbon is right here, and then whatever else we're going to embellish it with. So your cardstock measures 6.5 inches across by 8.25 inches across. So it's the full width of your A4 sheet of cardstock, cut at 6.5, and then it is scored at, I don't know if you can see them, 1 1/8 inches and 2 1/4 inches on all 4 sides, and I've missed the side, so let's bring up my scoreboard because we need to do a 1 1/8 inch score. See, can you see? Nope. Maybe if I move it to the top, you'll be able to see where the 1 1/8 inch is. 1 1/8 inches right there. Move my blade up. And did I just move that? make sure it's buttered up, and I'm pushing up. So my scoring blade's at the bottom, and I'm going to push up, and I'm just going to go over it a couple of times because it's cardstock and I need a new blade, a new scoring blade. Then all we're going to do is bring in my silicone craft sheet. We're going to fold and burnish on all the score lines. Give them a nice burnish like so. That was a clatter, wasn't it? I love my glass mat, but it is noisy. Where is it? There it is. And there it is. All four sides, we just do this. These boxes are so easy to do. And of course, you can make them as big or as small as you like. There it is. And one more, and then we'll do some cutting. Excuse me, I've still got my head cold. Right, now, cutting is pretty straightforward, but I will show you. We are going to take off that, that, and that on all four sides. Which will leave us with that tab and those tabs. So, where are my snips? I just saw them. Here they are. So what we're going to do is cut up the score line right to the second mark there. We're going to go like that on this one. And then we can go like so. There's no really easy economical way to do this. Try and cut the score line off if you can. And then just a little simple lever to take up that tab. I'm going to do that with all of them. Just there. Think what I'm doing. Think, oh no, just moved. No, I didn't. Just a mistake, but I didn't. I was looking at it from the wrong angle. Now we want the tabs on. You could leave them so they were on this long side if you want to. We want them to fold into the long side, not the short side, because they will overlap on the short side, if that makes sense. And again, a little sliver. Go. Neaten that up just once a bit. It'll be on the inside of the box, but that's not the point. We like it to be neat, like so. And again, straight up. I'm cutting just to take the score mark off. Get rid of this one. Like so. sharp, sharp, take off a little sliver. And so this is the most time-consuming part of this whole project, other than choosing your papers and cardstock. Right, this is the outside of your box. We are going to take our glue. Use glitter glue because I know it works. Going, there we go. I'm going to put some glue on this tab, and some glue on this tab, and some on this tab, and some on this tab. And then I'm going to simply fold that over, fold that in like that, and give it a hold. Fold that one in like that. Line up your edges, and because we've mitered the tabs, they will fit nicely. And do the same thing with this one. And with this one. Okay. Just get your edges nice and square so that your box forms properly. And then what we want to do is flatten out your tabs like so. I just stop and think. And you see how we've got, I don't know if you can see, tabs are on the inside. So when we fold that flap over, they are covered. So we're going to put some glue on here. On all four of them. Liquid glue smooshes, so don't get it too close to the edge, get it close enough. Then we're going to fold the ends in and push them down. Ends in and push them down. And then we fold over sides and push them down. Just like so. Give them a good burnish so that they stick. And that's your base box. Okay, for your designer series paper, you can use cardstock if you want to, but designer series paper, this is a good way to use it up if you've got a lot that you have lurking. It measures 4 1/4 inches by 7 1/4 inches, and it is scored at 6 1/8 for 2 7/8 and 3/4. Now we are, I might have to change my mind. No, we're going to do it this way. I've already planned, so you should never give it a burnish. Just remember, it is designer series paper. It's not as thick as cardstock, so yes, you want it creased, but you don't want it to crack. Just like so. And again on the 3. Now, this, your box will fit in it like this, and there is a about a 1/4 inch overhang, but the bottom, that will close down flush, is what I'm trying to say. So what I could do is turn it out the way we want the glue to go. Pop it down, and we don't want glue on all of it. especially on this bottom flap because it's yeah. So simply turn it around like so, get it in position, and that will tell you where to put your adhesive for this front bit, because the rest of it is pretty straightforward. Okay, let's see. So I know that I can go within these boundaries with my little dopey drawer. Looks like we are doing blue, guys, because I just put blue on the wrong side. Does not matter. Does not matter at all, because that will be really pretty. Okay. Then for the other sides, for the base, a little bit on the base. That's crooked. A little bit on the base. Not my day. A little bit on the base. A little bit on the side. Okay. Fold it over. Press it down, fold it over, and there we go. To close it, all we need to do is get a Velcro dot, sticky Velcro dot. You can use ribbon if you want to, but Velcro dots work well. And line it up where you want it to go. Fold it over and press down. Easy peasy. And we just simply, didn't press down hard enough. Nope. It's crooked. Make sure it's straight. There we go. Bit of vanish. Right. And that is your little box done. So, to decorate, you could use 2 Velcro dots if you wanted to. I've just put one in the middle. We're going to need a ribbon, a bow, a little bow. So let's tie a little bow. There's some idea. That's right, it's just my son. Oh my goodness, he's at the door. Okay, bow. Bow is done. Now, let's die cut this using the stitched seasons. Dies. Where did I put them? I just had them. Oh my goodness, I literally just had them. I was looking at them and they're right in front of me. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. They're literally right in front of me. I'm going to cut out the die. I'm going to, oops, not use the stocking today because it's too big. We will use this one though. It just fits perfectly on there. So let's move those out of the way. Get the mini cut and emboss. So handy having this little one here. And we need plate 1, plate 2. Put our die down on the foil. Okay, Another plate 2 on top for the sandwich, and we crank it through just like so. And ta-da! How pretty is that? Now I am putting, I know this is going to sound weird, but I am putting this into my bag of scraps because those little pieces there will punch out something small. Okay, that's going to fit on there. Yeah, oh, that looks quite nice. Okay, what I did was heat embossed. So I get my embossing kit. I've got my stamp here that says, "May all your days be merry and bright." I'll use a little bit of the embossing buddy, not too much because we don't want to do too much. It just takes the static off, and foil, unfortunately, is good at collecting static. So we will just do that. Pop that away. First start, get my white embossing powder and cut my stamp. My first marking patch, get a good inking up, and I'm going to line up this right, just so I can tell where the center is roughly. Put that down. I just let it sit for just a little bit longer than you normally would. Don't wriggle it. I think I just moved it. That's right. There we go. Ah, that looks great. And then into the embossing powder. Over. I'm going to let that sit there for a moment whilst I clean my stamp off. Before I forget, my chamois. Give it a good wipe. Get away. And then putting the embossing powder away straight away so it doesn't go everywhere. And get spread all over the place. Grab my tweezers. These little handy dandy reverse tweezers, they are brilliant. And they're all part of the embossing kit. Alrighty. Using a bit gun. Hand embossing is so simple and it does look really pretty. As soon as you see your embossing powder turn white and shiny, stop. Because you can overcook it and then it will be dull and horrible. That's just going to go on there like that. Okay. Twitter. No glue. We'll use glue. Just like so. hold it in place so it takes. Okay. Plates away. Grab our ribbon and some glue dot. What I pulled off. There it is. Okay. Use a glue dot to put the ribbon on. You can take it off and squish it up if you want to. And okay. Little gold stars. To the packaging for the. Just take them out. Actually, they're staying in my handy dandy box. And then self adhesive back. On there. And this one there. And I'm being very extravagant with these buttons, I know. Does look pretty on the gold. Okay, that's the Christmassy one done. Let's get cracking on the non-Christmassy one. Still using the Stitch Caesar DSP. We will just make it a general gift pack. I'm going to use the dies from the Forever Florals. And I might even do a sentiment from here. Right, same deal, same size. I pre-scored this one because I knew this would be super quick. Pre-scored. And this is Old Olive cardstock. This way. Like so. Find my score lines. And down one more time. We just got this two to do. The DSP has already been scored. So I'm going to fold and burnish that while I've got the bone folder handy. And it's the same measurements. It's 4 1/4 by 7 1/4, and we've got it scored at 6 1/8, at 4, at 2 7/8, at 3/4. And they are inches because trying to work it out in centimeters is doing my heading. In millimeters is literally doing my heading. Okay. That's all the folding and burnishing done. Now remember, we are going to take off this one, 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 and this one. So, here's my snips. Let's get to cutting. And we're going to cut the score line off. Cut straight up there. Trim off this one. And I'm going to trim that. And trim that just. Points on these detail, it's called detail scissors now, not old snips anymore. There's some score line left there, so let's trim that off. There you go. Snip. Which one do I want to go? Okay. Sliver off each one. Cutting them away. Snip that one off. Take a slice of this one. And a slice out of this one. Okay. That's so far all the cutting done. Again, get our glue, and we will put glue on these tabs. And we will simply put them in next to it. Line them up so the edges are square. Give them a hold for a moment. Do the same with it's one of the advantages of glitter glue that it does actually grab fairly quickly. Doesn't take ages to hold. Now what I've done is I've cut a piece of DSP to go in the bottom. So I'm going to put that in before I do the sign. Doesn't need to be, just for something a little bit different. We'll decorate the bottom, inside bottom of the box. Just like that. Right. Then we do the ends. So we only need glue on. It's really three sides. 3 sides. There we go. I like to do the short ends first, and then fold and long side ones over to cover up the tabs on the inside. And put it down and give it a good vanish into the corners, like so. And that's the box base done. How easy is that? So super simple. Same deal with this one. This could be used for any time of year but it's got this on the reverse. I'm saying this is the A side in the paper pack. That's the B side. But we can use the B side all year round. So, okay. Let me see where I want the glue to go. Even. Oh, that's annoying me. Let's use some pairing tape, which means, I don't know if you might be able to see this. This is the flap. Centering it in there. So my tear tape just has to fit along there. Let me grab it. And I'm going to, if I can find the end, there, along the top, two. Did it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's no great drama. I'm busy. Thank you. Just another piece, just along there. Okay. I can go like so. And so. Get your wrappings all in place. Get everything in place. Line up your box. Make sure it's where you want it to be. And fold it over and stick it down. There you go. So 2 ways, liquid glue or tear tape. Then all you need to do is pop some liquid glue on the base. Okay. And the box is complete. All that's left to do is decorate. Okay. So right. Push down like that. And then on the sides, do the same thing to get it to stick. Okay. Velcro dots. I get these. I got them off Amazon. They're pretty inexpensive. Really inexpensive. And they were $200 or $300 or something. Just a few dollars because I've had them a long time. Pop your got. I'm sort of halfway, like so. Line up your bed just before you stick it down. Stick it down, give it a good press. Vanish. Vanish, and your box is done. There you go. Now to decorate this one, how am I going to time? Ooh. Thought I would use in that. And I was sort of thinking that, and what's oi, stuck. Um, you're on it. Yep. Cool. Okay. So let's old olive dies. I kind of would like a little bit of it's going to be too big, isn't it? Yep. Okay. All right. Old olive it is. I have old olive cardstock here. I just need to cut up this. That is roughly 4 and a bit centimeters. And so we'll do that for a bit to give me wriggle room. Grab my mini cut and emboss and the plates. We do plate 1, plate 2. Just like so. And draw it through and cut. So easy, so convenient having the mini near the desk for things like this. Okay. There, I've got this. Is that going to? It will just fit on there just fine. Okay. There we go. We'll use that paper pumpkin stamp. And I will heat emboss it again. So, oops. Did I drop? I dropped my tweezers and my tray. So let's go like so. De-static it. De-static the card. Then we will go so. And lining this up so I know the centre and pushing it down like so, just holding it in place for a moment to let the Versamark transfer. I don't know whether you can see that or not. It's transferred perfectly. How good is that? Now, should I do silver? If it doesn't work, we will do another one. Simple. Easy peasy. Same deal. Let the embossing powder sit while I clean off my stamp. Like a bit of a wipe too. I don't know what's on it. Something that's not coming off. I can put the stamp back so I don't lose it. All right. Oh, look at that. How good is that? How good is that? Can you see? Oh, super excited. I love heat embossing. That's the best things to cards. Such a simple process. Okay. Just like so. And just reach. Heat tool. Heat gun. Let me warm up my heat gun for a little bit. I'm not completely oh, how pretty is that? Oh, that's very pretty. See it. So pretty. That can go on dimensionals. That goes back in there. Might get some. So you linen thread, do you think? Okay. I can do linen thread and do a few looping. See how that works on the back. So I'm just going to go on my fingers a few times. And then sort of gather in the middle. And get down the edge. Doesn't have to be perfect. So you don't want it too big because then it's going to let me start again. Around 2 fingers. Just like it needs to be 3 fingers because it's wide, isn't it? There we go. Just like that. Slide it up. Get on. On the envelope. Being very particular. Painfully so, probably. Slip that. Slip that. And then I'm going to slip those ends so they're more frayed. All right. And then some bling. Where's my bag of bling? We have in color dots. No. Not this. Ooh, ooh. Or do we want sparkly? Some diamonds, rhinestone, or pearl, or little butterfly. Okay. I'm going to. I'm thinking these are the natural matte dots. They're rather nice. Do I want white? Do I want green? Do I want those? I'm thinking I might like these better. And I'm just going to go on there. And okay. And then okay. Oh, no, no, that one lost its adhesive. So, okay. How's that? Didn't take as long to do the second one. Thank goodness. We've got some sparkles, we've got some shimmer and shine. We've got a cute little, I've lost one, it just fell off. I didn't stick it on properly. I heard it go tinkle. That's easy. Let's get it back. There we go. I'll find it when I'm cleaning up. And it's pretty inside too. Okay, so that's our 2 boxes for today. And that was my prototype. All done. That one was a bit of a mishmash because I put the glue on the inside out, but it doesn't really matter, does it? Alrighty, that's day 4 done and dusted. All done and finished anyway. Thank you so much for watching today. As usual, the blog post will be up on my blog tomorrow for this. It gives me time to take photos and make sure everything's right. And I'll be back tomorrow night at 7:30 for our usual Sunday night use it up challenge. But of course, we'll be using up the bits and find a card sketch and use up these bits from our Stitch Season pack. If you've got any questions, pop them in the comments or shoot me an email. I am always happy to help you. And that's all I can think of. My mind went blank. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow night for day 5. Have a lovely day.